As Member of Parliament for Barnet to address the gathering.
Thank you. I'd like first to let you know that there are a few people here who won't be speaking but are very, very good friends of Cyprus, and I'm delighted that my very old friend Ian Twin is here to show his support for Cyprus. He's been campaigning for your cause for 20 years and he has been one of your strongest friends. But I'm also delighted that I have three members of my own community up in Barnet who are also here on this platform today to show their support for your campaign for a free and just Cyprus. And they all come from the London Borough of Barnet, and they're Councillor Brian Coleman, Councillor Matthew Ockford, and Councillor Mike Queer, who is the leader of the London Borough of Barnet. And their presence here shows just how proud we are of our Cypriot community in Barnet. But we're here, all of us on this platform are here, because we want to see Turkish troops out of Cyprus. We're here because we want to see justice for Cyprus. And we're here because we want to see an end to the painful and forced division of Cyprus. And my grave concern is that the international community has let this situation drag on for far too long. The United Nations, the European Union, and especially the British government have continued to look with complacency on this issue. And I think it's time to shake them out of that complacency and get them to take action to secure justice for Cyprus. And they've never taken the tragedy of Cyprus seriously enough. The tragedy of missing people, of people who were taken away one day and have never been seen since for 33 years. The tragedy of people deprived of their homes, to which they haven't been able to return for 33 years. And the tragedy as well that mustn't be forgotten of the destruction of cultural heritage in the occupied part of Cyprus. And I last week attended an incredibly moving exhibition of photographs taken by Doris Partasides of the churches that are standing in ruins in the northern part of Cyprus. And I think that shows even more clearly than ever the urgent need to find a settlement that allows you to return to the homes that were stolen from you, that allows you to return to the churches that are now left in decline and left in ruins. And that's why I will strive to continue to support a just, lasting and peaceful settlement in Cyprus. I am absolutely confident that you will reach that settlement in the end. In the end you will get to return to those homes that you've lost, and I will be there to support you when you do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Theresa Villiers. May I now ask please Andy Love, Member of Parliament for Edmonton, to address us. Andy Love.
As I look out over the assembled group here today, I see the flags, I see the placards, I even see umbrellas, but of course protecting you from the sun. Although it was the rain earlier on, but it continues to remind me that after all of these 33 long years, you continue to hold the faith, and that gives the platform here hope and inspiration to carry on the task that you've set us, to free Cyprus. And your representatives, like myself and others here on the platform, will redouble our efforts, both in Parliament but also in trying to influence the British government. And we've done that to some extent. This year, for the first time, the British government admitted that it was the right of the Cypriot people to say no in the referendum. And that we have to get it right next time so that they say yes. The Minister was out in Cyprus recently, and I understand that was a very fruitful visit, and we have an improved Cyprus relations. And of course Gordon Brown, as almost his first act, has appointed one of you North London representatives as his Cyprus envoy, and we hope to be meeting with her very soon to chart out how we move forward, because Britain has a very important role to play in finding a solution in Cyprus. Not only do we have the history, involvement since 1878, as was mentioned earlier, we are a guarantor power and remain a guarantor power today, and we have obligations to fulfill because of that. But of course, most of all, there are all the people assembled here, Cypriots who live in the United Kingdom, who are UK citizens looking for their government to find a solution. And of course, there are many British citizens who now live in Cyprus. So the links between us are very strong. But of course, Britain's role in the United Nations on the Security Council is very important. When you look back in the past, whether it be the high-level agreements that were reached in the late 70s or the Gambari principles that were enunciated last year, Britain has a very central role in pushing them forward. And we're looking for this government to do more to get the negotiations and the discussion started in Cyprus. But of course, the European Union is becoming more powerful, especially in the Eastern Mediterranean. And was said earlier, Cyprus is now a member, so it can combine with the United Kingdom and with Greece in ensuring that the European Union lives up to its principles which say if a country is aspiring to membership, they have to recognise every single one of the other European Union countries. Not 90%, not 98%, but every single nation, including Cyprus, must be recognised. And of course, at the core of the principles of the European Union is human rights. And I see here assembled those who have been crying out for the human rights for 33 years. The missing people. Yes, limited progress has been made, but we need to see much greater efforts made in finding out what happened to those missing people and returning them to their loved ones. The enclave people in the north of the island, now down to just a few hundred, are they going to disappear? It would be an outrage if the European Union allowed that to happen. And of course, we also have in the north of the island land that belongs to Greek Cypriots being sold off under their noses, and many people from all across the world, including Britain, coming to stay in that part of the island without a full realisation of the consequences of their acts. So there's a role for the European Union to be playing, and I hope in the next year that we can put some pressure on them to do that more effectively. But this won't be an easy task. It's been 33 long and hard years that we've been going, trying to find a solution. But the hope that you give me, the inspiration of seeing so many of you here, leads me to redouble my effort, leads all of us to do more than we've done before. And I won't say to you that we're going to come up with a solution, but of course when we get the Turkish elections out of the way, when we have the Cypriot elections next year, then that will be the time to start the negotiations that are meaningful and are real, and when we come to a referendum, we will be able to deliver a yes on both sides of the Green Line. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Andy Lawrence. We have with us